So if you're writing some documentation and you want to put a value that, well, hold on a second here. Okay. Do you see this where it says it's only 79,000 lines of code? If you hit Control T, that's a defined DD TempleOS LOC official. By saying define, okay. Let's see. Now that's a define. So if you hit Control L and do a text entry and put company, then define company. So you can say this will redefine it. So it changed it. So it's updated continuously. And if you say who, not recursive, this is the local environment variables. It's when you redefine it, it overshadows the old one. So the lines of code has been defined, and the place where that happened was in the Atom directory. Defines a define. So you might notice these are not defines. There's an alternative. There's a function called define print. This does a printf into a define. So that changed. Now if we do who, it's been redefined. So this is just now you might wonder why I didn't make some new entity. I don't know. Anyway, I already had a symbol table string substitution, and so I just used it. Perhaps I should have created a new entity, a new name, but I went ahead and called it define print. Anyway, so when this executes, it redefines. Defines. So look at Jiffy Hertz frequency. So if we say, so if we're making some documentation and we say Control L text, oops, on the define entry. Jiffy Hertz. Then it says 1,000 hertz. Anyway, so then so you can do some. Okay. So so now the next trick is this is source code, but there's this tree widget. If you hit Control T, oh, it looks pretty ugly. Basically, when I set up the registry, if you go to your account registry, there are tree widgets for high scores. What that means is you can tell it to locate a tree and cut and paste in the there are you can tell it to execute a tree branch. That's what you do when you work with the registry. You tell it to execute a tree branch. So like in your games, look at these two lines: set default entry, execute branch. So then there's a final one, which is write tree branch. And when you tell it the tree branch, and so it goes to your registry file and locates a subtree, and it will execute this code which defines the best score, or it will anyway. So you can execute a tree branch. You can one of these will will extract a tree branch or something. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, oh, this does a document. Oh, one of these you specify a file, and the other you specify a document. So if you're curious how it does that, make tree. I don't know what that means. Oh, make tree. Okay. So this puts the tree in place. I guess it puts the tree in place. So you find a tree, make a tree. I wonder if it eliminates the old tree. It probably does. I'm not interested in understanding what I did. Anyway, so I have a file called Distro, which when I when I regenerate my ISO files and make my website, I call it make distros and backup. So it one of the things it does is it updates the line count, make line count report file. So what this does is it counts the lines of code in some directories, and then it does a it reads. Do you remember the define file? So here's the define file. What we want to do is do self-modifying code. We want to cut and paste. So what we do is we find the tree, then it looks like we cut it. Oh, when you find it, it tells the start and end. Then we're going to cut it. We're going to set the insert point and then print to. So this is basically the cursor, and then we're going to invoke it. We're going to print into the file. Then we're going to write the document. Perhaps I should. This is a separate operation. This just updates the this updates the latest line of code defined strings. Perhaps that's dumb. Oh well. Anyway, so I just modified that a little bit. Okay, so now I want to hold on. Okay, so the way that you let me demonstrate how you when you reinstall the operating system. I'm reinstalling in QEMU. We're gonna talk about how to gotta hit it. We're going to talk about how to make it. Oh, okay, so I installed the standard distribution to make C and D. Now, if you want to play around, almost like what I have on my own system, so if you hit Control D, there's there's a demo account example directory. So what I do is, if you want to almost have, oh, wait a minute. We should have a registry. Oh, okay, never mind. We're booted to the CD. So now this is tricky. Okay. So now we're booted to the QEMU. If you're using QEMU, you can get some on my website. If you go to the downloads directory, it will say VMware Linux Bash scripts, QEMU Bash scripts. Okay, so these are some script files. These are what I use. You might want to download them all individually. There's one for when you first install. Then there's well, anyway, you can download them all. So I can tell you what each of them does. Where's the install? I don't see that. Anyway, new is what, oh, I think that might be called, that might be install. Anyway, new is what I do for making a new installation. No, that's not install. Install makes a mount point that's permanent. New regenerates. This is not fun to explain. It regenerates the from the standard distro. Then right now we're booted to the this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So new will boot to the CD. Do you see where it says CD-ROM boot D? I think that boot D is what tells it the CD-ROM. When you do the regular EMU, then it says it mounts the CD-ROM, but it doesn't say boot CD. It doesn't say boot D. And so if you don't say boot D, it doesn't boot the CD-ROM. Anyway, so now this is not booted to the CD-ROM, so we don't take the tour. So we're booted to the hard disk. Here's what you do. Delete your, just to be safe, let's say home. Then copy demo account example. Okay. Okay, now reboot C drive. Okay, So this is pretty close to what I have on my master copy. You can say recompile. So you will now have available my commands. Then I reboot. So you can't do the make distro and backup. Now, if a certain special person might have access to my my files, let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so these scripts copy to the when you exit, they will update the Linux master file, the Linux TAD home directory. There's the guest operating system home directory. Then there's on my computer I have a TAD home directory, and this is it copies out of the virtual machine into my Linux. And as a matter of fact, if you kill it at this point, then it doesn't do that. I don't want to update my Linux. Okay, so finally, so we installed the new version. Then if you do emu in, this copies my full home directory into the QEMU and then starts it. So if I want to, so at this point on the D drive, it has my full home directory with all my subdirectories. So the C drive does not have my full home directory. It just has the files from, okay. So now we want to copy on top, copy tree, that's a whole tree, D drive home directory onto the C drive home directory. And that is how you reinstall the exact copy of my master files. So, I guess we were gonna, I was gonna play a song. Anyway. Let's see. What is that song called? I think it's called Repose. Yeah, Repose. Reposes. What the hell kind of title is that? Okay, so now it is copied. Let's go ahead and reboot. So it copied the tire. So now you have, so where would that come from? The Dropbox. Tag. Home. Anyway, okay.